Happy Tuesday and welcome back to my channel. So this week we're starting things off on a Tuesday because yesterday was President's Day, so I had the day off, which was really nice, but now it's back to business. So this week things are definitely picking up a little bit. I'm heading now to my screen printing class where I'm gonna start finalizing the layout for my bugs and brooches design, so that's pretty exciting because things are gonna start getting real and hopefully I'll get to print soon. I also have one other exciting update, and that's that I finally got a sensible backpack, so hopefully that means a lot less complaining about back pain going forward. Anyway, let's head to class.
Our homework assignment was to create a non-directional layout using the motifs that we spent the past few weeks working on. This is my print, which is a giant tossed repeat of my bug, brooch, and bug brooch drawings. We then met one-on-one with our professor to show her our work, and she really liked mine, which made me really happy. We were then assigned our gigantic screen printing screens for the semester. These screens are passed on from student to student each semester, so before we could get started, we had to wash out the previous owner's designs.
Hello again, I just got out of my class and it was really humid in there, so I needed something cold to drink. And now I'm gonna go to the library because my teacher told me that they just got a book that would be perfect for my project. So I'm really excited to go find it.
At first I was a little bit worried because I couldn't find the book anywhere, but I eventually found it with the librarians who were admiring it. This book is called Winged Beauty, the Butterfly Jewelry Art of Wallace Chan, and it is breathtaking. I so appreciate that my professor thought of me and recommended that I check it out because it's such a perfect find and it'll definitely give me some inspiration for my project.
So that's it for my school day today. I'm now gonna head home in this rain and try to find some dinner for me and Ryan, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, hello, happy Wednesday. So I'm now heading to my advanced professional practices class, and that's the class where I'm working on my anemone print. So last week you saw me mixing all my colors in preparation for painting. This week I kind of have to figure out like where all those colors are gonna go. So I'm probably gonna do that digitally just so I don't waste paint. And yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Last week, you also saw me finalize my pattern scale and layout in Photoshop, and today was the first time I actually opened up my printed copy to see what the design looks like in person. I then spent the class period drawing on my iPad on the app Procreate. I used colors that are an exact match to the gouache paints that I mixed last week, and I started filling in all the shapes of my anemones to roughly figure out what colors will go where. This was my progress by the end of the day. This whole process is definitely going to take me a little while to finish because I want to keep tweaking it until it's perfect.
Hello again. So I just got out of that class where I was working on my anemone print. I don't have a whole lot to show because I was mostly just working out color stories, but now I'm going to grab a quick lunch and then head to Adobe Illustrator.
Our homework for this class was to start sketching some motif ideas for a print collection. We needed to pick something that was simple and nature-inspired, so I decided to go with the theme of berries. I then spent the class period trying to figure out how to illustrate them in the program.
Finally done with class. That class was actually really great. We had the opportunity to just kind of like work on our projects, develop our motifs, and ask a lot of questions, which for me, I find Illustrator really hard. I don't find it intuitive at all, so having the opportunity to just like call the teacher over to unstick me when I get stuck is pretty nice. So that's pretty much what I spent the whole evening doing, and I thought I was just gonna go home after this and like keep working on homework, but I actually have some very exciting news, and that is that my sister's gonna be in town. So I have a sister that's 2 years younger than me, and she just called me earlier today and was like, I'm gonna be in New York today. And I was like, yeah! So we're gonna spend the weekend together, and I'll take you along for some of that. So anyway, I'm now heading to the train station to go pick her up.
course, I took her to my favorite Koreatown fried chicken place for dinner.
Good morning, happy Thursday. I didn't get much sleep last night because of course I stayed up late chatting with Ryan and my sister, so I'm definitely really tired today. And that's a little bit concerning because today is my very, very long day. So I have screen printing in the morning, my 6-hour break, and then my textile science night class. So I need to get coffee in me ASAP and we're gonna have a good day today. Thank you.
In class, I worked on cutting my screen for screen printing. Basically, this means that I'm creating a version of my print that's exactly the width and height of my screen, so when it's printed side by side with itself, it'll create a seamless repeat of my design. I then started working out some potential color combos that matched the 3 different color palettes that I needed to create for this assignment. I've definitely got a lot of planning to do, and next week I'll go fabric shopping.
Hello again, I just finished class, so I'm now on my break and I'm just hanging out in our empty classroom as usual. I'm gonna do my online lectures for the evening, eat some Korean leftovers, and then try to get as much homework done as possible.
I then spent the rest of the day working on my computer and sitting in my textile science lecture.
Finally done with classes, and I'm gonna go meet Tiana and Ryan at Koreatown for some dessert.
Tiana really wanted to try this cute dessert spot after seeing it in my videos so many times, so of course we had to go. We got boba toast and a matcha cheesecake, and they were both delicious. She also surprised me with a painfully cute plushie from the Nintendo store.
Happy Friday. This weather is disgusting. It's somewhere in between like rain and snow, so everything's just like wet and gray and sad and mushy, and I'm looking forward to going to campus and getting warm. So today I have my weaving class all day. In the morning we're gonna be in the lab. In the afternoon I think we're actually gonna like get started weaving, so that's pretty fun. So yeah, I'll see you on campus.
Last week, we were asked to wear either a plaid, a stripe, or a checkered design to class so we could emulate the weave in our weaving software. I wore this really cute thrifted Pendleton blazer, and this week I brought it with me again so I could finish working on my weave draft. I then changed up the colors so they would match the fine art reference that I picked out a few weeks ago. I also designed 2 more weaves to coordinate with it. A little while ago, I made a YouTube video about experimenting with log cabin weaving, and the rightmost plaid is inspired by some of those experiments. We also had an amazing presentation by our teaching assistant who used to work in the textiles industry as a painter. She explained to us that prior to digital design, plaids and woven fabrics were all designed by painstakingly painting them by hand. This first image is her hand-painted woven plaid, which was made using gouache paints and an airbrush. The second image is a fabric swatch that was produced based on her woven design. I find this absolutely mind-blowing. I can't even imagine how many hours and hours of work must have gone into each and every one of these paintings. It's a really amazing piece of textile history. After lunch, it was finally time to weave. I grabbed my little 8-harness Structo loom that I threaded last week, and I made my first sample.
I'm finally done with my weaving class, which means I'm finally done with classes for the week, and now I can enjoy my weekend with my sister. So me, Ryan, and Tiana are gonna go to the Met tonight and have a really great time, so I'll take you along with me.
We were the most excited to visit the Inspiring Walt Disney exhibit, but unfortunately I couldn't take any photos inside. Then we explored the rest of the museum. Well, I mean, as much as we could because the museum is so big. And afterwards we went out for cheeseburgers and milkshakes. The next day we met up with some of our friends who surprised us with a visit from back home in San Francisco. And then the three of us saw Wicked on Broadway, which was so much fun. That just about wraps up my week. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to see some more of my art school adventures, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in my next video.